Hi students, welcome back to the science class. Today we are going to discuss about the lesson 18, organization of tissues, the remaining portions. Do you remember what we learned in the previous class? Levels of organization. Each and every living organism made up of cells. The group of cells doing the similar perform, that is what called tissues. Group of tissues, organ. Group of organ together doing the same function, that is what called organ system. Group of organ system make the organisms. First, plant tissues. Plant tissues are divided into two major groups, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues. The growth of plants occurs in certain specific regions. This is because the dividing tissue, known as meristematic tissue, composed of actively dividing cells responsible for the production of cells. Capacity for division is restricted to certain parts of the plant body called meristems, which are active throughout the life of the plant body. Meristematic tissues are classified into three major groups based on their position and structure: apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. The second one is permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are formed from meristematic tissues. They do not divide and have permanent shape and size. These are of two types: simple permanent tissues, complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues. These tissues are made up of single type of cells. These are as follows: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Now we have to discuss about complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue. The different types of tissues we have discussed until now are all made of one type of cells which look like each other. Such tissues are called simple permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue. Yet another type of permanent tissue is complex tissue. Complex tissues are made of more than one type of cells. More than one type of cell. All these cells coordinate to perform a common function. Xylem and phloem are examples of such complex tissues. They are both conducting tissues and constitute a vascular bundle. Xylem consists of tracheids, vessels, xylem and xylem fiber. The cells have thick walls and many of them are dead cells. Tracheids and vessels are tubular structures. This allows them to transport water and minerals vertically. The parenchyma stores food and helps in the sideways conduction of water. Fibers are mainly supportive in function. Phloem is made up of four types of elements: seed tubes, companion cells, phloem fibers and the phloem parenchyma. These are the four types of elements of phloem. Sieve tubes are tubular cells with perforated walls. Phloem is unlike xylem in that materials can move in both directions in it. Phloem transport food from the leaves to other parts of the plant. Except for phloem fibers, phloem cells are living cells because fibers are made up of sclerenchyma. Mostly sclerenchyma cells are dead cells. Now we have to discuss about differences between xylem and phloem. Differences between xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts water and minerals. Phloem conducts food materials. Xylem conducts water and minerals. Phloem conducts food materials. In xylem, unidirectional conductions. Phloem, bidirectional conduction. What is unidirectional conduction? The xylem conducts water and minerals from the root to all part of the plant. It is in one way, so it is a unidirectional conduction. But in phloem, the food materials can conduct in two ways also, from the leaves to growing organs, otherwise from the storage organ to all parts. So it is a bidirectional conduction. Conducting channels are tracheids and vessels. In xylem, conducting channels are tracheids and vessels. In phloem, conducting channels are sieve tubes. Sieve tubes are conducting channel of phloem. Components are tracheid, vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. Components of xylem are tracheid, vessels, xylem fibers, xylem parenchyma. Components of phloems are sieve elements, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. These are the differences between xylem and phloem. Next, differences between meristematic and permanent tissues. Meristematic and permanent tissues. In meristematic tissues, cytoplasm is dense, vacuoles are absent. In meristematic tissue, dense cytoplasm is present and vacuoles are absent. In permanent tissue, large central vacuole is present. Large central vacuole is present. In meristematic tissues, intercellular space is absent. What is intercellular space? The space between the cells. The space between the cells. So the intercellular space is absent. But in permanent tissues, intercellular space is present. The cells of the meristematic tissues are small, spherical or polygonal and undifferentiated. So undifferentiated cells are present and it is in small, spherical and polygonal shape. The permanent tissues are large, differentiated with different shape. So in permanent tissues, the cells are differentiated with different shape. In meristematic tissue, cell wall is thin and elastic. The cells of meristematic tissues are contain thin cell wall and elastic in nature. But in permanent tissues, the cells contain thick cell wall. Cell wall is thick. Nucleus is large and prominent. Nucleus is large and prominent. Nucleus is less and conspicuous. Grow and divide. Do not divide. Meristematic tissue undergo the division throughout the life, but the permanent tissues do not divide. Provide mechanical support and elasticity. Provide mechanical support and elasticity. Only mechanical support. Permanent tissues provide only mechanical support. Thank you.